Good morning. This is Jack from Charting the Markets, and this is the pre-market webinar for the morning of Friday, the 21st of November. My disclaimer, I do this for educational purposes only. I'm here to share my technical analysis with you. I hope you can take some of what I'm doing, learn from it, transfer it to your own charts. I'm not here to issue trading signals. This is a video for paying subscribers at chartingthemarkets.substack.com, and it's published on YouTube after a delay of 24 hours. Right, great. Let's have a quick look at the overnight charts, and I have been struggling with the data this morning, and I'm missing some of the overnight data, and this means that my signals aren't being entirely reliable this morning, which is very annoying. But what I would say is we have some positive divergence here. We have little level bottoms here. I'm leaning towards seeing a rally. And remember, we're still in the inflection point that I was talking about yesterday. It's possible we could see a full reversal, but I'm not seeing much indication of that. This looks like a buy signal as well. You can see we've got an arrow there where we've got a sell signal, but we've lost that data. So that data will reappear later, but for the moment, we're on sort of half services here. So I'm pretty sure we've got a weak buy signal at least on NQ and on RTY. And we already had an a 60-minute buy signal fixed on YM. I'm leaning towards seeing a rally. One thing I would say is the next 4 days, and this is something I mentioned in my post yesterday, the next 4 days are all leaning significantly bullish. Today is also leaning significantly bullish, and it is OPEC, so I would not expect to see any huge moves, and we may well find the tape gets pinned sort of middle of the day. So I would be leaning today bullish anyway, and I would certainly be wondering about for the first 3 days next week. Obviously, we had a very big down day yesterday. That doesn't necessarily need to follow through today. Looking at DAX, the buy signal reached the possible near miss target. We're seeing a bit of a rally, obviously, overnight, and ESTX the same. We may see more of that today, and this may be a day which closes up. All right, looking at the bigger picture. Let's have a look at IWM. Okay, IWM, which in many respects has been leading the way down here. We now have this is possibly in poor taste. I once said that working up to a climb was a bit like killing yourself. Whereby cutting your wrists, because these are hesitation marks. These are moves where you're starting to turn the Bollinger Bands down, and you are increasing the Bollinger Bands there. So you are working up to a decline. Now we have worked up to it, and this is the decline part. Not necessarily today, but I think unless we are going to see a full rejection back up to the high, I like these targets on the downside, and I think there's a pretty good chance we're going to make them. All right, hourly chart, no current divergence. Nice breakdown. We've got two head and shoulders here. Both of them are good, but the larger one generally takes precedence, especially when I've got three other ones which are formed at exactly the same time on all of the other indices. We will see. Short term, no positive divergence on the RSI 5, on the 15-minute worth to mention. All right, looking at the bigger picture charts. ES. Nice breakdown, getting a little close to the 3SD lower band here, and that is a pretty good reason to see a rally here. You can see yesterday I was talking about the daily middle band as the target. We reached it and we fell hard there. So that was a significant fell. Generally speaking, I would expect a fell like this to follow through to the downside. Haven't made the full target on the RSI 14 sell signal yet, and we haven't made it on Qs yet. Still leaning towards seeing that, but these have all reached the possible near miss targets now. But you can see we're pretty close to the 3SD lower bands. Not so much on IWM, but this would be a good day to rally while those are expanding. Looking at Dia. Dia, again, it's holding up the best, but we're still not too far away from it. We will see. But we've reached the possible near miss targets across the board. Bigger picture, we've got a weak RSI 14 buy signal fixed here on the Dia chart. I don't think we've got anything on the Qs. We don't, and I don't think we've got anything on SPX, and we don't. It's not an awful lot to hang a full reversal on. Normally, if we were going to see a full reversal, I would see more indications here, and I'm not seeing those indications. As I mentioned yesterday, us getting up to the daily middle band and then rejecting all the way back down the same day, it would have been more bullish if we'd actually rallied, had a couple of closes up, and then gone down, because then, of course, we'd have seen it on the RSI. We never had a chance to set up some decent daily buy signals here. We will see. All right, do we have any positive divergence at all? Not on SPX, not on the Qs, not on Dia, and I don't think we've got it on IWM either. So had we done this slower, there's a pretty good chance we'd have set up 2 or 3 of those would be showing positive divergence on the RSI 5. As it is, none of them are. All right, looking at DAX. DAX, we fell below the 200 DMA. This is a big level. Doesn't mean we can't break below it and recover above it, but it's a pretty big level. So we've got a double top, which is now breaking down with a target in the 21,750 to 21,850 area. Looking at Nikkei, Nikkei, we have gone down below the daily middle band, and we are back testing it. Could see a break back above, but that is a pretty good resistance level, and I'm watching it. All right, let's have a look at DX. DX, we've got a sell signal here, hasn't really delivered anything yet. We have a possible double bottom here, or we're about to break up from a big double bottom. No real other options here. I think it's likely one or the other. We either fell all the way back into the lows, or we head up to 104. ZB, ZB, we've got missing data. And you can see it in the RSIs, and you can see it in the oddly placed things here. We're missing some of the data here. If you could see the data, you can see we made a lower low here, and this is actually a potential double bottom. We're not seeing that, but that is nonetheless the case. On ZN, we got a very nice looking double top here, not close to breaking down yet. Looking at the CL chart, CL, this is no longer a bull flag. It's gone down too low for it. So it is a falling megaphone. This might break down into a retest of this low. We're getting pretty close to that now. HO is not looking like it's going to retest the low, but we could be topping out here. Or this could just be a bull flag. Do we have a bit of positive divergence here? Honestly, I'm not sure. RBOB. We've got a 60-minute buy signal fixed here. We made it down to the monthly pivot. This no longer looks much like a bull flag forming. Looking at NG. NG maybe forming a topping pattern here, wondering about a retest of the high to set up a possible double top. We've got a weak 6-minute sell signal fixed, and when I get the rest of my data back, then that will show. Looking at GC, we've got 6-minute buy signal. It's reached a possible near miss target. The buy signal on SI made target 2. The one on Platinum made target 2. Platinum is broken down from a flag with a target down here at a retest of this low here in about the 1480 area. Palladium isn't forming an IHS anymore, but this is a potential double bottom. On here, you can't see that actually this head and shoulders has failed, but it has. As I said, I'm missing some data for some reason this morning. Not sure why. I'll be looking into it. All right, SI, this kind of looks like a bull flag forming. GC, this also could be a bull flag forming. I've been thinking ABC, but it could be we're just seeing a little bull flag form here. Looking at HG, I was really expecting this to fall more with equities, and it hasn't been doing that. We've got a nice looking double top here, but it hasn't broken down yet, and obviously it's possible it won't. USD, we are getting pretty close to the retest of the low here, but haven't made it. GBP, again, pretty close to the low, but haven't made it yet. USD JPY is continuing higher. Weak 6-minute sell signals reached the possible near miss target, and may just continue higher. USD CAD, we've got no current divergence here. Oh no, we do. We've got a possible 60-minute sell signal brewing now. We will see how that goes. Australian dollar, we've now reached the full retest of this low. This is a potential double bottom. NZUSD, we've got a potential double bottom here, and KC, we have retested this low here, and we've made both of these targets. This isn't a potential double bottom. This could just continue down. As I mentioned, KC and CC particularly are a long way out of their traditional hunting grounds, and may drop back towards them. SB, nice looking double bottom here. This kind of looks like a bear flag forming, but it might not be. You could argue there is a good argument this is a double top, in which case it's trying to break down. But it looks more like a consolidation so far. CC, potential bottoming action here, 60-minute buy signal fix. CT, nice looking falling megaphone here, and I think we might just made it with my data a little dodgy this morning. I am not sure. No, it hasn't made it back to support yet. But this is quite a nice looking falling megaphone, so I'm waiting to see when this is going to break up. Lumber, nice looking falling wedge. ZW, we've got a bull flag, which may be underthrowing bullishly at its backtest of the monthly pivot. On corn, possible topping action. Little bit of positive divergence here on soy. Week 6-minute buy signal fixed on ZL. With the bear flag, megaphone has broken down. We're testing the monthly pivot as support at the moment, but I'm leaning towards this heading down into a retest of this low. Looking at live cattle, possible bottoming action, but the nice looking nested double bottom we had yesterday is gone. Possible 60-minute buy signal brewing. HE, we've got a nice looking little double bottom. All right, great. So I think we have positive divergence here. Let's have a quick look at the 15 minutes. And all right, we're already on a 15-minute buy signal. Do we get a better view of the hourly chart on here? Hang on, 5 minutes. I'm liking some more rally here, and I got to say the historical stats are definitely liking more rally here. We will see how that goes. All right, let's have a quick look at questions. Is the bottom in the S&P? It could be, but I have to say I'm not seeing much sign that it is. My lean would be it's likely to go lower. And also crypto, which isn't fully matched, but you know, it rhymes. Crypto has targets further below, and I think it's going to make those too. Whether it's going to make the full 6,200 target I've got on S&P that I was talking about yesterday, I don't know. But I am leaning towards seeing at least some more downside. But I am thinking that we're probably going to see a retest of the highs, or at least a strong rally in December. All right, great. My pleasure, mate. Everyone have a great weekend, and I'll catch you guys on Monday morning.